The Amazon River is an iconic waterway, a magnificent giver of life that sustains a vast and complex ecosystem. Yet, beneath its surface lies one of the most hazardous environments on Earth. Here, nearly every creature is equipped with formidable adaptations for survival, making them exceptionally capable of lethal encounters. From enigmatic terrors of the deep to ruthlessly efficient predators, we now explore the 15 deadliest river monsters of the Amazon. Number 15. The goonch catfish. Much like the monstrous beasts of folklore, the goonch catfish is as terrifying as its name suggests, a reputation built on mystery and chilling campfire tales. What we do understand about this elusive fish is enough to confirm it should not be underestimated. The goonch's enigmatic nature stems from its incredible scarcity. Seasoned fishermen have spent months staking out its known habitats, only to come away empty-handed. Those who have succeeded, however, tell tales of a creature with the ferocity of a raging bull. This fish is reportedly so aggressive, it has been observed confronting crocodiles without hesitation. Given its average size exceeds 300 pounds, such accounts seem terrifyingly plausible. But the legend of the goonch goes far beyond fishermen's bravado. Its most infamous chapter is written in the dark waters of the Kali River, on the border of India and Nepal. For years, locals mysteriously vanished while swimming, pulled under by an unseen force. The chilling theory, investigated by biologist and river monsters host Jeremy Wade, points to the goonch. Local traditions of cremating the dead on the riverbanks and releasing the partially burned remains into the water may have given these massive catfish a taste for human flesh. The hypothesis suggests that as they grew to colossal sizes on this diet, they began actively hunting humans. Wade himself landed a 161-pound specimen in the area, proving that creatures large enough to drag a person to their death were very real. The goonch's lethal potential is engineered into its very anatomy. Its true weapon is a jaw lined with rows of sharp, backward-pointing teeth. This design creates a horrifying one-way trap. Once a victim is bitten, any struggle to escape only drives the teeth deeper. Combined with its mottled, rock-like skin that provides perfect camouflage on the riverbed, the goonch is a master of ambush. It lies in wait like a living stone, ready to explode into action and drag its prey into the depths from which there is no return. Yet, here lies the ultimate paradox. For all its monstrous reputation, this legendary predator is now the one in peril. The goonch is officially listed as near threatened due to overfishing and habitat destruction from pollution and the construction of dams. The apex predator that once terrorized a river is now vanishing from it. The triumphant few who land a goonch today are not just battling a fish. They're encountering a living legend, a disappearing ghost whose fearsome story serves as a stark reminder of the wild, untamable monsters that still lurk beneath the surface. Number 14. The payara. The payara has earned the moniker vampire fish, and one look at its menacing dentition tells you why. This fish's most striking feature is a pair of saber-like fangs protruding from its lower jaw, which can grow up to a staggering 6 inches long. But here's the truly bizarre part that makes this fish a biological marvel. To avoid impaling its own brain, the payara has 2 corresponding holes in its upper jaw where these massive fangs slide perfectly into place when its mouth is closed. It's a natural, custom-built sheath for its own deadly weapons. These fangs aren't for show. The payara is a high-speed, open-water predator, and it uses them to hunt the one fish most other creatures fear, the piranha. That's right, the vampire fish is one of the few predators that actively hunts and devours piranhas, using its fangs to pierce through flesh and bone in a single, lightning-fast strike. Built for power and speed in the turbulent, fast-flowing waters of the Amazon and Orinoco basins, it exhibits notoriously aggressive behavior. As solitary hunters, they display aggression even towards their own kind. In captivity, a payara will almost invariably kill any other fish it is housed with, establishing itself as the undisputed apex predator of its domain. Fortunately for us, The payara does not seek human blood. Its existence is defined by a relentless drive to hunt and dominate any species it encounters. In the brutal hierarchy of the Amazon, even the piranha has a boogeyman, and its name is the payara. Number 13. The giant leech. The Amazon is renowned for creatures of immense scale, and the giant leech is a nightmarish exception. This species, Haemonteria gillianii, is one of the world's largest, capable of growing up to 18 inches in length and living for 20 years. As a hematophage, it feeds on blood, but its method is terrifyingly sophisticated. Instead of merely slicing skin, it uses a long, needle-like proboscis, up to 6 inches long, which it stabs into its host. Here's where it becomes a true biomedical horror. The leech first injects a powerful anesthetic, so the victim feels nothing as the proboscis penetrates deep into its tissue. At the same time, it pumps in a potent chemical cocktail containing an enzyme called hementin, one of the most powerful anticoagulants found in nature. This enzyme doesn't just prevent clotting, it actively dissolves existing blood clots, liquefying the blood into a drinkable slurry. Once latched on and its host blood is flowing freely, it can drink for hours, consuming up to 5 times its own body weight before detaching, a single meal that can sustain it for over a year. Believed to be extinct for nearly 80 years, it was dramatically rediscovered in the 1970s, proving that the Amazon still hides its darkest secrets. The giant Amazon leech is both a living nightmare and a biomedical marvel, a creature of grim reality that poses a serious threat to any animal that becomes its unseen host. Number 12. The bull shark. The Amazon River is, remarkably, home to sharks, and not just any shark, but one of the most aggressive and adaptable species in the world. The bull shark stocky, unassuming frame belies its status as one of the planet's deadliest predators. They are infamous for traveling thousands of miles upriver from the ocean, a feat made possible by a biological superpower, a unique ability called osmoregulation. Their specialized kidneys and rectal gland can recycle and retain salt, allowing them to seamlessly transition from salt water to the pure fresh water of the Amazon basin. But what truly makes them dangerous is what fuels their aggression. The bull shark is known to have one of the highest testosterone levels of any animal on Earth, turning this brute into a hair-trigger torpedo of muscle and teeth. This hormonal fuel powers an opportunistic predator with the strongest bite force, pound for pound, of any shark. Their diet is incredibly varied, including everything from fish to other bull sharks, and they have been documented taking down prey as large as hippos in Africa. Number 11. The river stingray. The Amazon is home to a multitude of fearsome animals, but the freshwater stingray is among the most dreaded throughout South America. They are masters of camouflage, burying themselves in the sand and silt of the riverbed, turning vast shallows into a minefield of hidden agony. Like its marine counterparts, the Amazonian species possesses a serrated, spear-like barb on its tail, a weapon designed not just to puncture, but to rip and tear flesh as it's withdrawn. However, the true terror is twofold. Beyond the severe physical trauma, the barb injects a potent, flesh-eating venom. The initial pain is described as immediate and excruciating, but what follows is even worse. Necrosis, the literal death of the surrounding tissue. The venom destroys cells, turning the wound black and preventing it from healing, often leading to secondary infections and, in some cases, amputation. While their primary diet consists of crustaceans and small invertebrates, they will not hesitate to defend themselves. An unsuspecting person wading into the river and stepping on one of these hidden creatures can expect a swift and agonizing response. In fact, local medical reports suggest these stingrays are responsible for more injuries to humans annually than any other creature in the Amazon, including piranhas and snakes. The widespread fear of the river stingray is entirely and horrifically justified. Number 10. The giant otter. It may be surprising to find an otter among the Amazon's most formidable creatures, but don't let its family name fool you. Known locally as Lobos del Rio, the river wolves, the giant otter is not only one of the world's longest otters, but also a highly intelligent apex predator. Far from a cuddly mammal, an adult can stretch to nearly 6 feet long and weigh over 70 pounds, the size of a large dog. To sustain this powerful frame, it requires a massive daily intake of 6 to 9 pounds of food. What truly makes them formidable is not just their size, but their social structure. Giant otters hunt in highly coordinated family groups, or holts, that function with the brutal efficiency of a wolf pack. Each otter has a unique cream-colored pattern on its throat, essentially a fingerprint, allowing them to identify each other amidst the chaos of a hunt. Using a complex system of barks, hums, and warning screams, the pack can communicate to swarm and overwhelm prey that a single otter would never dare to challenge. While their diet primarily consists of fish, these river wolves are famous for taking on the Amazon's armored titans. There are documented accounts of packs systematically mobbing and killing adult black caimans, harassing the reptile to exhaustion before moving in for the kill. They are so dominant and fiercely territorial that even a jaguar will often think twice before attacking a full-grown otter, and will almost always avoid a confrontation with a pack. Essentially, they will consume anything they can overpower, solidifying their status as the undisputed rulers of their watery domain. Number 9. The red-bellied piranha. While any piranha is a cause for caution, the red-bellied piranha is the species that cemented the legend. Abundant in the Amazon's waterways, their power lies not just in numbers, but in the biomechanical perfection of their bite. A piranha's jaw is a biological guillotine, equipped with a single row of razor-sharp, interlocking teeth that can shear through flesh, bone, and even a steel fishing hook with surgical precision. This allows them to take out chunks of flesh far larger than their mouth, like a living hole punch. Interestingly, their famous schooling behavior is often a defensive tactic to protect them from larger predators like caimans and river dolphins. But when the right trigger is pulled, such as the scent of blood from a struggling animal, that defensive school can instantly flip a switch and become a coordinated killing machine. They communicate with audible, unnerving barks and clicks, and the water can appear to boil as the swarm converges. Number 8. The pacu. At first glance, the pacu seems like a biological joke, a relative of the piranha with a set of remarkably and unsettlingly human-like teeth. On paper, it appears less threatening. Its molars are designed not for shearing flesh, but for crushing. It's an omnivore whose diet consists of plants, fruits, and nuts that fall into the water. But this is where the story takes a dark and painful turn. In Papua New Guinea, where the pacu was introduced to bolster local fisheries, it earned the gruesome nickname, the ball cutter. Lacking its native food sources, the fish reportedly began mistaking the genitalia of male swimmers for floating nuts, a habit that has led to severe injuries and at least 2 alleged deaths from blood loss. Its powerful jaws, designed to crack the toughest shells in the Amazon, deliver a devastating, crushing bite. And the threat is no longer confined to distant jungles. As a popular aquarium fish that quickly outgrows its tank, the pacu has become a worryingly common invasive species. Terrified owners have released them into local waterways across the globe. Specimens have been caught in lakes and rivers across the United States, from Michigan to New Jersey, and even in European rivers like the Seine and Paris. While not as overtly aggressive as its carnivorous cousin, the pacu is a chilling reminder that a case of mistaken identity can have brutal consequences, turning a seemingly harmless creature into a source of serious and unexpected danger far from its home. Number 7. The electric eel. The combination of water and electricity is inherently dangerous, and the electric eel is a living embodiment of this principle. But despite its name, it's not a true eel at all. It's a type of knife fish, a predator that has evolved one of nature's most sophisticated weapon systems. Its vital organs are compacted into the front 20% of its body, leaving the remaining 80% dedicated to some 6,000 specialized cells called electrocytes, which act like a biological battery. Recent research has shown this battery can generate a staggering 860-volt shock, far more powerful than the 600 volts previously thought, and strong enough to stop a human heart. Once the target is exposed, the eel unleashes the full high-voltage blast. This shock causes immediate, total muscle paralysis, incapacitating the victim instantly. While they do not typically hunt humans, a defensive shock is all it takes to cause complete loss of motor control, leading to drowning. The electric eel doesn't just shock its victims. It finds them, remotely controls them, and paralyzes them with an unseen force, making it a true marvel of deadly evolution. Number 6. The black caiman. Perhaps the single greatest reason to avoid swimming in the Amazon is the black caiman. This massive reptile is not just a predator. It is the apex of apex predators in the entire Amazon ecosystem. Reaching lengths of over 17 feet and weighing more than 1,000 pounds, it is a living battleship armored in thick, bony scales. Its dark coloration, which gives it its name, provides the perfect camouflage for nocturnal ambushes in the Blackwater rivers. But size and camouflage are only part of its lethality. The black caiman is a high-tech hunter. Its jaws are lined with integumentary sensory organs, tiny, black domes that can detect minute pressure changes and vibrations in the water. This allows it to sense the precise location of prey, even in total darkness. The attack is a study in explosive violence, a sudden, powerful lunge, followed by the bone-crushing force of its jaws. For larger prey, it employs the infamous death roll, spinning its entire body to rip its victim apart. As an apex predator, it has no natural enemies and hunts with impunity. Its diet is a who's who of the Amazon's most dangerous creatures: piranhas, monkeys, giant otters, anacondas, and even jaguars that stray too close to the water's edge. Number 5. The paraba. Scientifically known as Brachyplatystoma filamentosum, the paraba is more commonly referred to as the freshwater shark, and it earns that title in every terrifying way. This is no sluggish bottom feeder. It is a sleek, muscular torpedo built for pursuit and is the largest catfish in the Amazon. Its primary weapon isn't sight in the murky water, but a highly advanced sensory system. Its long whiskers, or barbels, are covered in chemoreceptors, allowing it to literally taste the water and track the chemical trail of its prey like a bloodhound. When it closes in, it doesn't just bite, it opens a cavernous, gaping maw and inhales its victim with a sudden, powerful suction. This hunting method gives terrifying credence to the local fishermen's stories of people vanishing. These aren't just myths. They are grim warnings from those who know the river best. Given that the largest recorded specimen weighed an incredible 341 pounds, the possibility of a human being swallowed whole is not just folklore, it's a horrifying reality. This is a highly active and aggressive hunter that will pursue almost any living animal it encounters. A true river leviathan, the paraba's combination of size, speed, and a voracious appetite makes it one of the Amazon's most feared predators. A creature that truly hunts anything it can fit in its mouth. Number 4. The red-tailed catfish. While the red-tailed catfish is not known to actively hunt humans, it remains a formidable and dangerous animal, often called the river's garbage disposal. Reaching lengths of over 5 feet and weights up to 180 pounds, its most defining feature is its cavernous mouth. This catfish is an indiscriminate bottom feeder, using its immense mouth to create a powerful, vacuum-like vortex, inhaling anything that fits inside, swallowing rocks, fallen fruit, and any unfortunate animal that gets too close. This is what makes it so dangerous. It doesn't have sharp, cutting teeth, but rather powerful, bone-crushing pads in its jaws designed to pulverize its meals. An intrusion into its territory will be met with an aggressive response, and for an angler who manages to land one, the fight is far from over. A bite from this fish won't cut you. but it can easily shatter the bones in a human hand or foot. Number 3. The arapaima. Belonging to the bony-tongue family, the arapaima is a living dinosaur and a horrifyingly efficient predator. But its greatest advantage isn't its offense, it's its defense. The arapaima is a biological tank, wrapped in some of the most advanced natural armor on the planet. Its large, flexible scales have a tough, mineralized outer layer over a collagen-based inner layer, a design so effective that piranha teeth shatter against them. This near-impenetrable armor allows it to hunt with impunity in piranha-infested waters. The arapaima is a combination of bulletproof armor, air-breathing capability, and sheer brute force makes it an evolutionary masterpiece, one of the Amazon's oldest and most effective killers. Number 2. The green anaconda. The most famous inhabitant of the Amazon, the green anaconda has more than earned its reputation. It is the world's heaviest snake, a river titan that can exceed 20 feet in length and weigh over 500 pounds. As a non-venomous constrictor, it kills not with venom, but with pure, unstoppable force. But its lethality begins with stealth. With its eyes and nostrils positioned on top of its head, it can lie almost completely submerged, a nearly invisible ambush predator. Lining its jaws are heat-sensing pits, allowing it to create a thermal image of its surroundings and detect the body heat of warm-blooded prey, even in total darkness. When it strikes, it's with explosive speed. Wrapping its muscular body around its victim, it tightens its coils. But it doesn't kill by suffocation. That's a common myth. The pressure is so immense, it causes immediate circulatory failure, stopping the victim's heart and leading to a swift death by cardiac arrest. Number 1. The candiru. Despite its unassuming name, the candiru, or toothpick fish, is not just a predator. It's a biological invader, inspiring a level of primal fear that even piranhas can't match. This small, translucent, parasitic catfish hunts by scent, but it's not looking for the smell of blood. It has evolved to detect the chemical traces of ammonia and urea, the nitrogenous waste that fish release from their gills. Its near invisibility allows it to follow this chemical trail directly to the source. Once it reaches the host's gills, it swims inside and deploys its horrifying weapon, a set of sharp, backward-facing spines on its gill covers. These barbs function like a biological grappling hook, locking it firmly into the victim's flesh against the flow of water and blood, making removal impossible. From this secure position, it gnaws a hole into an artery and begins to gorge itself. And this is where the story turns into pure biological horror for humans. It is believed that the candiru mistakes the trail of urea in human urine for the same chemical signal from fish's gills. Following the stream to its source, the fish has been known to swim into the human urethra. Once inside, its defensive spines erect, lodging it firmly within the urinary tract. Any attempt to pull it out would be agonizing, as the backward-facing barbs would tear tissue. The result is excruciating pain, hemorrhage, and an unimaginable nightmare that requires immediate and complex surgery for removal. While documented cases are famously debated, the legend itself is a powerful testament to its terrifying potential. The candiru is the ultimate invasive predator, a creature that doesn't just attack you, but seeks to become a part of you. It is, without question, the Amazon's most personal and insidious nightmare. The Amazon remains a realm of paradox, a cradle of unparalleled biodiversity, yet governed by the harsh, unwritten laws of survival. The creatures we have encountered today are masterpieces of evolution, honed by millennia into lethal perfection. Of these formidable monsters, which would you least want to encounter? Let us know in the comments. And for more journeys into the untamed corners of our world, subscribe and join us for our next expedition.